Hello, hello. Welcome one and all. This will be the first little bit. Fantastic. Already 10 people.
Nice.
Just working to make sure all the audio is good, all the video is good. As we settle in for the night. We'll be starting at about 5 minutes after 7, so let me know how things are sounding, how things are looking as we continue. A little bit of a different setup, some different tech that necessitated a little bit of a different setup, but hey, we're live from a new trivia clubhouse, which is always exciting. It's good to be back doing trivia club once again. Another Tuesday, we are back. And then yes, the fancy background. Thank you to Joel of the M. Night Shyamalan's. Yes, he made this several years ago. It existed wholly during the last few years of Trivia Club at Cardinal Rule. So yeah, that's why you might not have seen this before. But this went up at the front of the room, right beside me or right behind me. With yes, even a golden VHS shooting through all the necessary information on it. You did a wonderful job. We'll have to make good use of this again. One of these days when we are once again live and in person. The move went well. Yes, the move went really well. Thanks for asking. Some bumps along the way as moves go, but we are settled in finally, and I've positioned the camera in just a way that all the boxes are not visible, but we have far less than half now, so we have only a quarter to really figure out what to do with. Oh yes, alive and in person. That was the days. Those were the days. Hello to Spokane seniors, to the Fighting Mongooses as well. Down by the bay, good to see you. The Asquithian Squire and Dame. Too Fast, Too Curious, good to see you. Yes, indeed. We're in the new house, the new clubhouse. Great to see everybody joining in. As I noted, about 5 minutes until we start the night of trivia. Start those questions. I'll see what I can do audio-wise. It won't be the full audio capabilities. Won't be the theme song this week, at least. But there should still be an audio question. That question number 8. So look forward to that. Hello to Matt Smith as well. Oh yes, it is a good sign. I'll be shouting it out a few times during the night. But thank you to Joel Lowell. I believe at least that's the last name I know. But Joel from the M. Night Shyamalan's, a regular trivia club team, he made this signage for us, and yeah, it had a lot of great years at Cardinal Rule the last few years. So we were able to make good use of it. It was safe in storage after that for the last few years since. And yeah, it's out again in full force to be enjoyed during the Trivia Clubhouse days, at least for the foreseeable future. And it's yes, and speaking of shout outs, good to have my producer here as well.
Hello.
Hello. What's that?
I was leaving and I hit my face.
Oh, yes.
So.
She's adept, very adept, and very safe. And workers' safety is utmost of importance here. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Looks like the M. Night Shyamalan's are here as well. Good to see everybody. Yes, I guess a few settings, a few table settings. I don't know what that is. Just a few setup things. If you're new to Trivia Club, you can have teams of 2 to 6. So please introduce yourself. If you have more than 6, we don't know. But I mean, it just makes it more entertaining if you have a good, concise team. Don't answer in the group chat, though. Do say hello. Do introduce yourself. Tell us your team name. Look forward to meeting everybody. And of course, write down your answers on a sheet at home, a piece of paper, or on your computer in a Google file, however you want to do it. You can team up with people in your place. You can play against those in your house as well, or you can team up with friends across the internet. Just remember, keep those answers in a different chat window and leave the live chat for this YouTube video for just hanging out and saying hello to the Trivia Club community. Hello to Ed, and hi Jan as well. All right, we'll be getting started soon. Hello to Cookie Faced. Remember, yes, as you join the chat, or if you're here already and you haven't said hello, introduce yourselves in the chat. Look forward to seeing everybody compete tonight. Back again to the 14th edition of Trivia Club. Hello to Team F Billy Zane once again as well. All right, without much further ado, let's jump into it. And 3, 2, 1, and hey, welcome one and all to Trivia Club live from the Trivia Clubhouse once again. I'm your host, Russel Harder, the man with the bow tie, the man with that trivia plan. Trivia is planned for one round of trivia from the Trivia Clubhouse for this 14th edition. It's great to have you. Great to have you at this new Clubhouse. Yes, we're in a brand new Clubhouse, as I talked about at the bit of 3 weeks ago, our last trivia event from the Trivia Clubhouse. So things are changing and will be changing and adapting week to week as we figure out the layout, and we'll be doing this more permanently as things become more permanent. But as things stay safe as possible, hopefully if you're all staying at home, you're staying home and being well. And I thank you for that. And remember, if you're going out, wear a mask. It's the easiest kindness you can do, not only for yourself, but especially for others. Because you're not only protecting yourself, but you're more importantly protecting others if you wear a mask. So, all for supporting of wearing masks and keeping those that are at risk or, you know, in a higher higher danger zone, be it by age or autoimmune disorders, just keeping them as safe as possible. Thank you for doing so. And remember to not only do that, but remain vocally anti-racist as we continue this revolution, not only on a personal level, but fighting it on an institutional level. Black Lives Matter. Our Indigenous and Aboriginal communities also need our help, so support them if and when you can. And yeah, otherwise, I mean, it's unfortunate, of course, that we're in a pandemic, but it's kind of fortunate that we're part of a revolution. So let's continue doing our best in both of those things. So 20 questions, as I said tonight. So get those pens and pieces of paper ready to answer. I won't be able to interact with you as participants like I usually do, so please say hello in the chats, talk amongst yourselves, interact and give me responses in the live chat to how you think the questions are going. Don't give any answers, of course, but since I can't sort of interact with people and face to face, it will be great to just hear from you in the live chat. As always, it's kind of strange talking to a green light when I'm used to talking to a room full of people playing Trivia Club, but it's always just a pleasure to see everyone show up and take part. It's great to do this as often as possible, hopefully weekly-ish, but weekly once again. So last time we ended trivia, as we usually do from the Trivia Clubhouse, with a anagram. It's called I Built a VCR, which is an anagram for Trivia Club, which is fitting because of our golden VHS, which I'll get to shortly. But the anagram for our last Trivia Club was stealth UFOs. And I was asking you to name a video game in that anagram. And the stealth UFOs can be remixed to the video game The Last of Us. Yes, The Last of Us. So that was the last Trivia Clubhouse Trivia Club, but what can we win this time? Well, I mean, the participation is winning enough, but you can imagine yourself walking away with this golden VHS. Ooh, golden VHS tape. Ooh, That's what you can win tonight in your mind's eye. You can make it whatever golden VHS you'd like as well. Whatever movie you want it to be, it is yours to win. You can follow Trivia Club on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on SoundCloud. So there's an audio version of this YouTube video that'll be going up on our SoundCloud page that'll also be findable through Apple Podcasts. So however you get Apple Podcasts, or however you enjoy SoundCloud stuff, you can find it there. And of course, everything is available on triviaclub.ca. So you can find triviaclub.ca information, learn more there. And speaking of this backdrop, thank you to Joel, who is a member of the M. Night Shyamalan's. He made this several years ago now. It's been in storage, of course, but thank you, of course, as well. We brought it back out. We dusted it off. It'll be part of the Trivia Clubhouse here, I think, in some way, shape, or form. We hope to make it at least visible once again. Otherwise, before we get started, there are 3 cardinal rules when it comes to Trivia Club. Those cardinal rules are: be smarter than the internet connection that you're on. If you're cheating to find those answers, you're really only cheating yourself in this case. So don't post answers on the comment section for this live video as well, or in the comment section of the archived video. Keep that to just saying hello and chattering about the trivia as well. I want to hear how I'm doing for you in terms of answerable questions. And there's only one other thing to say about Trivia Club, and it's tell everybody about Trivia Club. That's the only other thing I ask for. Alrighty, that's the only other rule of Trivia Club. Without much further ado, let's jump into it. Get those pens and papers ready. Write down those answers as you see fit. So, question number 1 from Trivia Club at home. This one cuts deep, I will say. This one cuts deep. A recent meme has revealed that you weren't looking at a crock or a toilet paper roll or a potted plant or soap, and those weren't even bananas. They are, in fact, all this. Once again, yes, a recent meme has revealed that you weren't looking at a crock or toilet paper roll or potted plant or soap. Those weren't even bananas. They're all, in fact, this. That's your first question for tonight's Trivia Club. Joel's in the chat. A round of applause for that sign. Well done. Good to have it back. Question number 2 now. Weather's okay. The weather's okay. So question number 2. What weather phenomenon, which occurs in Oklahoma about 1 million times a year, names the state's NBA team? So once again, what weather phenomenon, which occurs in Oklahoma about 1 million times a year, is the name of the state's NBA team? Question number 3 now, MCs. A little question about MCs. So, what motor car company sold models like the Commodore and the Hornet before the AMC merger of 1954? Once again, what motor car company sold models like the Commodore and the Hornet before the AMC merger of 1954? That's your question number 3. Question number 4, we're going to ask you to connect 4, the point on this one. So, connecting 4 on question number 4. What's the connection between the answers to the second and third questions? So yes, what's the connection between the answers of 2 and 3 for that point on question number 4? Think outside the box with this one. This is a little free of context, of course, from the questions of 2 and 3, but the answers do have something in common. Let's look at that question number 4. What's the connection between the answers of 2 and 3? These are free of context. That's your question number 4. What's the connection between the answers of questions 2 and 3? Question number 5 now. It's called Best Known For. So you name the 4 projects that, according to imdb.com and its algorithm, that today the following actor/composer is quote unquote known for. So this is the algorithm of IMDb and the choices that it makes for this. But the actor/composer that I'm asking you to tell me the 4, in this case, 4 movies that they're known for is Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lin-Manuel Miranda. What 4 movies is he known for? At least according to the Internet Movie Database.com. And that known for section, of course, is anything from box office to attention paid to it on the site, I'm sure. Awards, maybe even. We'll say yes, these are 4 movies, and I will even add that one of these movies in a I guess in bucking from the tradition of this question, one of these is not yet released. It's not even yet released. Traditionally, they're all prior releases, but yes, one is even yet to be released. But they are 4 movies that Lin-Manuel Miranda had at least a part in acting, composing, or both. Hopefully the audio's coming across clearly. Oh, and for the question number 5, that is just 4 movies. No TV shows on this one. Just 4 movies. So he has a surprisingly diverse TV show, CV. We're looking for question number 5, the 4 movies that Lin-Manuel Miranda is known for, according to IMDb.com. Question number 6 now, we're remembering Kelly Preston. Yes, indeed. So, for question number 6, Kelly Preston passed away recently. And though she is likely best known for Jerry Maguire, Twins, or even Sky High, one of her last roles was a multi-episode run on this CSI spinoff that was led by such actors as Patricia Arquette and James Vanderbeek. Once again, named the CSI spinoff, one of the last roles of Kelly Preston, which was a multi-episode run on the series led by Patricia Arquette and James Vanderbeek. This is a game of both remembering CSI spinoffs and eliminating possibilities. Question number 7 now, we're driving and parking. The new way to enjoy movies, I guess. So that's what this question's about. The weekend of June 20th, 2020, this movie made $517,000 in theaters, narrowly defeating Jaws, which made $516,000, making it the biggest movie in North America, returning the film to the #1 spot for the first time since 1993, when it made $47 million in its opening weekend. Man, things have changed. So yes, name that movie that in 1993 for the first time hit the #1 spot. And it made $47 million in its opening weekend. But on the weekend of June 20th, 2020, that movie was once again #1 in North American theaters with $517,000, mostly in drive-ins. Alrighty, question number 8 is our audio clue for today. Hopefully this works out. I'm going to play around with playing an iPad into the microphone, making a chip tune all the chippier. So question number 8 is called Bit by Bit. I'm going to play an 8-bit cover of a popular song, and you name that song for a point to name the musical act responsible for that song for a second point. So 2 possible points to be won. And this 8-bit cover is a chip tune, so it very much sounds like an old Nintendo game or a Nokia cell phone, a flip phone, if you will. All right, so here's that question number 8, that bit by bit. Let's see how this sounds. And so that was your bit by bit. For a point each, name that song, name the musical act responsible for that song. 2 possible points to be won. At question number 8. Glad to hear that the sound came through. I can always replay if necessary at the end of tonight's questions. But question number 9 now. Almost halfway through. Question number 9 is tag the line. I'll give you the tagline from a movie poster, and you name that movie. So that question number 9, that tag the line. Name the movie with the poster tagline. With great power comes great irresponsibility. Once again, with great power comes great irresponsibility. Name that movie. Once again, on question number 9, tag the line. With great power comes great irresponsibility. Answer question number 9. Tag the line. Question number 10 now. Question number 10 is called Survey Says. It's tonight's first game show game. For this game show game, you name this game show game, before you name something, it's a play on Family Feud. So actually using Family Feud survey questions as well. So put yourself in the mind of 100 Americans surveyed. You want to guess what you think their number 1 answer was. Otherwise, I want to guess what you think just their number 1 answer is. There's 5 possible answers that will get you points on this question. But survey says, name a vegetable that is not green. Name a vegetable that is not green. It is certainly fresh market season, as much as I can't actually go to that market, but it's also do your own gardening season, so you can enjoy it in that sense as well. Question number 11 now. As you're thinking of your survey says. Question number 11 is called I'll Have What Phil's Having. So, Somebody Feed Phil, a wonderful traveling and food show, recently premiered its third season on Netflix, just in June, in fact. It is hosted by Phil Rosenthal, the Emmy Award winning creator of this CBS sitcom. I will say it's a long running sitcom, not necessarily currently on the air, though. But yes, Somebody Feed Phil, a wonderful traveling and food show that if you haven't watched, I recommend. Recently premiered its third season on Netflix. It is hosted by Phil Rosenthal, the Emmy Award winning creator of this CBS sitcom. Question number 12 now. Question number 12 is called Time After Time. 4 possible points to be won with Time After Time. Time After Time. You name, or I'm going to give you the name. Well, I'm going to give you 4 historical events, and you tell me what happened from earliest to most recent for a point each. So once again, yes, I'll give you 4 historical events, and you put them in order from earliest to the most recent for a point each. So here's that question number 12. Those historical events. Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr dueled to the death. Spoilers. Napoleon is defeated in the Battle of Waterloo. British Columbia becomes the 6th province to join Canada. And California becomes the 31st state in the United States of America. Once again, put these in order from the earliest to the most recent. Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr duel to the death. Napoleon is defeated in the Battle of Waterloo. British Columbia becomes the 6th province to join Canada. And California becomes the 31st state in the US. Oh, yes, and for question number 11, I did say it was a long-running CBS sitcom, yes, that Phil Rosenthal created. And award-winning. One more time on those time after time. Historical events, put them in order from earliest to most recent. You get a point for every correct position, so even one incorrect spot could lose you 2 points. Once again, those events are Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr duel to the death. Napoleon is defeated in the Battle of Waterloo. British Columbia becomes the 6th province to join Canada. And California becomes the 31st state in the US. Question number 13 now. A beach by any other name. So, November 12th, 1970 was Oregon's finest hour. A 45-foot, 8-ton sperm whale carcass had washed up on the beach near the coast of Florence, and now, 50 years later, the beach has been named this in a community vote because of what a group of engineers chose to do about that whale. Once again, yes, November 12th, 1970 was Oregon's finest hour. A 45-foot, 8-ton sperm whale, its carcass at least, washed up on the beach near the coast of Florence, and now 50 years later, the beach has been named this, thanks to a community vote, because of what a group of engineers chose to do with that whale on that fateful day. Question number 14 now, called 3 out of 4. Not bad. So which of the other Beatles took Ringo's place on drums when he temporarily quit the band during the recording of the White Album? Once again, yes, which of the other Beatles took Ringo Starr's place on drums when he temporarily quit the band during the recording of the White Album? Question number 15 now. It's countdown takedown time. It's our second game show game of the night. This game show is played with Price is Right rules. So I'm going to ask you to get as close as you can to the actual number without going over. And if you're right on the actual number, you'll get 5 points, 5 big points. If you're within 25% of the actual number, as long as you're under it, that is 2 points. If you're even 1 over, that's 0 points though. So close as you can without going over. And that 25% range does take away the opportunity to $1 bob this and get away with at least a point. So yes, once again, if you get that answer right on, that's 5 points. If you're within 25% of the actual number, that is still 2 good points. Your countdown takedown question. Etsy has stated that it moved some 12 million units of masks in April alone. I mean, that's a good thing. So which equals that 12 million masks equals to this number of millions of dollars? I will say a number less than 150 million. Just on masks alone. If masks were Etsy's, were its own category on Etsy, it would be the second biggest category for Etsy. Yes, Etsy has stated that it moved some 12 million units of masks in April alone, which equals to this number of millions of dollars. Just in April, a number less than 150 million, I will add. Question number 16, we're going outside the borders. I'll give you the name of 2 countries, and you tell me the color that their flags have in common. That vexillology question for tonight. Outside the borders, what is the common color between the flags of Brunei and the Ukraine? Again, Ukraine, Brunei. What is the common color between those 2 flags? Question number 17. It's a question about memoirs. 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 There you go. Found it. I found it. A little workshop there. So, it's no dream. Arnold Schwarzenegger really did title his 2012 memoir this, like that of his 1990 thriller. Once again, it's no dream. Arnold Schwarzenegger really did title his 2012 memoir this, like after his 1990 sci-fi thriller. Question number 18 now, a question about some ice bubbles. So for a point each, name the 2 Canadian cities that the NHL wants to play games in for the remainder of their current season. Once again, for a point each, name the 2 Canadian cities that the NHL plans to, or at least wants to, play games in for the remainder of their current 2019-2020 season. Remember 2019, like 32 years ago? Question number 19 now. It's called Road Scholar. So, what poet wrote the following lines? 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. Once again, name the poet that wrote the following lines. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. That's your question number 19. Before we jump into question number 20, our timed question, and thanks for helping me with the timer.
Am I?
Yeah. No, you helped me get it.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. But yes, before we jump into question number 20, our Trivia Royale. Are there any questions from the first 19 that I can repeat or clarify with the art of repetition? Anything that needs to be double checked on?
Number 10.
Number 10? Can do. So question number 10, our survey says, give me what you think is the number 1 answer for this question. Name a vegetable that is not green. Name a vegetable that is not green.
Also, number 311.
So I'll do 1, 3, 11, 17. And the CSI one. 1, 3, 11, 17, 6. Okay. I'll go along. All right. Question number 1 once again. A recent meme has revealed that you weren't looking at a crock or toilet paper roll or a potted plant or soap. And those weren't even bananas. They are all, in fact, this. Number 3. What motor car company sold models like the Commodore and the Hornet before the AMC merger of 1954? All right. Question number 10 I've done. Number 6 I'll do. So question number 6, Kelly Preston, who passed away recently, likely best known for Jerry Maguire, Twins, and Sky High even. Her last role, one of her last roles, was a multi-episode run on this CSI spinoff, a spinoff that was led by actors Patricia Arquette and James Vanderbeek. Just once again, name that CSI spinoff that featured a multi-episode run from Kelly Preston that was led by Patricia Arquette and James Vanderbeek.
Number 11.
Number 11. Somebody Feed Phil, a wonderful traveling and food show, recently premiered its 3rd season on Netflix. And Somebody Feed Phil, and actually its precursor, I'll Have What Phil's Having, is hosted by Phil Rosenthal, the Emmy Award-winning creator of this CBS sitcom, which is not CSI because it's not a sitcom. But yes, name that CBS sitcom, created by Phil Rosenthal, had a good run and won some awards as well.
A few more. 17.
17 will do. 17, It's No Dream. Arnold Schwarzenegger really did title his 2012 memoir this, like that of his 1990 sci-fi thriller. 11 I've done. Question number 1 I've done. 9. Question number 9 once again. Name the movie with the tagline, "With great power comes great irresponsibility." That's irresponsibility. And 18. This is 2 possible points for a point each. Name the 2 Canadian cities that the NHL plans to play games in for the remainder of their current 2019-2020 season. 2 Canadian cities. I believe that's any other repetitions. Any other repetitions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, finalize those answers as we step into question number 20, the Trivia Royale. This one will last 5 minutes, so as you're finishing this as well and gathering as many of these 10 possible points as you can always go back and think of the other, if there are any blank spaces on your answering sheet. So that question number 20, that Trivia Royale, 5 minutes on the board. 5 minutes. So with masks in mind, and really, masks are a great idea. Name any 10 of any of the top 10 finishers from the 3 seasons so far of Fox's The Masked Singer. Once again, name any of the top 10 finishers of any of the 3 seasons so far of Fox's The Masked Singer, which teaches you that masks, 1, aren't a bad idea. 2, things are scary and weird right now. And also a great reminder that anti-vaxxers really don't have a clue. That one's specifically for one of the judges of that show, but I mean, and all anti-vaxxers. So name it, once again, any of the top 10 finishers from the 3 seasons, and you can name up to 10 of these for a point each. So 30 possible names of these masked singers, these celebrities of varying degree. I would agree to be made to look like a taco or a puma or any other weird mask costume being. I'm looking for, yes, the celebrity underneath the character, not the characters. If you watch the show, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. This wouldn't include any of the winners. If you know any of the winners, any of the top 10. I'm looking for any top 10ers. Top 10 of any of the seasons combined, yeah. So there's 30 possible celebrities of varying degree. 30 possible celebrity names that you could give me.
Sorry.
Oh, that's right. 30 possible celebrities that could be named for this 10 list. So give me your 10 best guesses of those top 10 finishers from seasons 1, 2, or 3. And if you need that clear, let me know. All you have to do for this 10 people that you name, they just had to finish in the top 10 of any of the seasons so far of Fox's The Masked Singer. The fun thing too with this show is that even by the 3rd season, the celebrity quotient is at a wildly diminishing return within that top 10. It's kind of impressive. Impressive if it weren't so weird and scary, but thus is the microcosm of our current reality. All right. 3:10 remaining. Just a little bit more than 3 minutes remaining. I want you to name 10 people from The Masked Singer from any of those 3 seasons that competed, as long as they finished in the top 10 in the season they competed. Oh, 1:30 remaining. So 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining for this Trivia Royale. Finalize those 10 guesses of Masked Singers. I can't confirm that all these potential answers are also still alive. I do hope they are. I'll put that out there. I do hope they are. 40 seconds remaining. 40 seconds. $30 seconds now. 30 seconds, just a little less. Final 15 now. Finalize those answers. After this, we'll be marking our papers and seeing how many points we got on this night of Trivia Club live from the Trivia Clubhouse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is time up. Yes, indeed. Put down those pens. Finalize those answers. Alrighty. It is time for the answering round of this Trivia Club live from the Trivia Clubhouse. So put the pen in the trusted hand of your peers, or just switch hands and try to mark with your left or right. Alrighty. Question number 1. Here's that answer from this first round. This first night back, live in a new Trivia Clubhouse. So this one cuts deep. A recent meme has revealed that you weren't looking at Crocs or a toilet paper roll or a potted plant or soap, either pump action or bar. And there weren't even bananas. No, they were all, in fact, cake. It's all cake. You're cake, I'm cake. Cake is a lie. Cake is that answer. And this meme has really evolved in like 3 days. It's kind of impressive. Question number 2, that answer for weather's okay. So, what weather phenomenon, which occurs in Oklahoma about 1 million times a year, is the name of the state's NBA team? That'd be the Thunder. 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 Question number 3, motor in. Your MC question. What motor car company sold models like the Commodore and the Hornet before the AMC merger of 1954? That would be Hudson. Looking for your Hudson Hornet, your Hudson Commodore. So what's the connection for question number 4? What's the connection between Thunder and Hudson? They're both bays. Look for bays. Hudson Bay, Thunder Bay. Maybe it was pre-merger then with the American Motor Company. Way, way back. Alrighty, question number 5. Best known for. So what are the 4 movies that, according to IMDb.com and its algorithm, that the following actor-composer, that would be Lin-Manuel Miranda, is known for? According to that algorithm, the 4 movies of Lin-Manuel Miranda were all, pretty spot on, I will say. That would be Mary Poppins Returns for a point. That would be the acting one. The composing one is Moana. And now the actor-composer things, that would be Hamilton. He is, in fact, Alexander Hamilton. His name is Alexander Hamilton. There's a million things he hasn't done, but just you wait. And In the Heights, his pre-Hamilton Broadway musical that will be in theaters eventually. So once again, Mary Poppins Returns for a point, Moana for a second point, Hamilton for a third point, and In the Heights for a third point. Alrighty, and question number 6, remembering Kelly Preston. So Kelly Preston passed away recently, and though she is likely best known for Jerry Maguire Twins or the movie Sky High, one of her last roles was a multi-episode run on the CSI spinoff that was led by Patricia Arquette and James Vanderbeek. That would be CSI Cyber. CSI Cyber. Not going after New York or Miami or Las Vegas-based crimes. No, cyber crimes. CSI Cyber. Driving and parking for question number 7. The weekend of June 20th, 2020. This movie made $517,000 in theaters, narrowly beating Jaws, which made $516, making it the biggest movie in North America for the first time since 1993, when it made $47 million in its opening weekend. That would be Jurassic Park. So we're driving in Jurassic Parking. On that one, yeah. Question number 8 now. Bit by Bit, that 8-bit cover was a cover for a point each of the song Friday. Gotta Get Down on Friday. And was by Rebecca Black for a second point. A point for Friday and a point for Rebecca Black. And yeah, remember when we used to follow our days of the week? Ah, yes. Question number 9, it's time to tag the line. So the tagline from the movie poster was, with great power comes great irresponsibility. That would be Deadpool. Deadpool. Spider-Man is the responsible one. The irresponsible one is Deadpool. Question number 10 now. Survey says, so naming a vegetable that is not green is what we were looking for with this one. 5 possible answers would get you some points. I'll start with what would be the 1-point answer and go up in the potential points from there. So 1 point if you're looking for just a rad answer. I mean rad-ish. It's a radish, yes indeed, for 1 point. 1 point. This is a 2-point answer now for naming a vegetable that is not green. That would be this one gives you a puncher's chance. With an ear to the ground on this one, but a puncher's chance. A cauliflower ear. That'd be cauliflower. Cauliflower. Cauliflower was just a little different, a little more difficult to have a pun for. 3 points now. If you get your eye on this answer, that would be potato. Potato. 3 points for potato. Although if you leave it out on the counter for long enough, it will get green. So just depends on how long you weren't looking at it. 4 points. 4 points if, I mean, I could make a really bad pun, but that'd be pretty corny. That'd be corn. Corn. The worst part of Trivia Club on YouTube is that you can't see how disgusted that cauliflower pun made me. Thank you. Thank you. What can I say? I try. I still try, even though it's through the internet, through the YouTubes. There's 4 points for corn and 5 points if you're left asking, what is up, Doc? What is up? I mean, it's 24, though. 24 carrots on this one. For 5 points, carrot. So once again, 5 points for carrot, 4 points for corn, 3 points for potato, 2 points for cauliflower, and 1 point for radish for naming a vegetable that is not green. A lot of other good answers out there, but this is America's choice on this one, so there you go. Number 11, Somebody Feed Phil. So a wonderful traveling and food show, Somebody Feed Phil, recently premiered its 3rd season on Netflix. And if you can find the PBS one, I'll have it. Phil's having. I recommend that too. It's hosted by Phil Rosenthal, the Emmy Award-winning creator of the CBS sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond. Everybody Loves Raymond. Yes, though starring and featuring, I mean, a good amount of the life of Ray Romano. It's actually created by Phil Rosenthal, a fellow stand-up, and then also a sitcom writer in earnest before that. And Phil Rosenthal is, in fact, more of the Brad Garrett in this side of things. His brother is very much the Raymond. A fun perspective on the creator of that show. He's not actually the main character. Alrighty, question number 12. Time after time, I'll give you those 4 historical events. You put them in order from earliest to the most recent. So here are those answers from earliest to most recent. In 1804, the number 1 spot belongs to Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr dueling to the death. The number 2 spot in 1815, Napoleon is defeated in the Battle of Waterloo. In 1850, 50, California becomes the 31st state in the U.S. And that number 4 spot, British Columbia, becomes the 6th province to join Canada. In 1871. So once again, Hamilton-Burr duel. Then Napoleon is defeated in Waterloo. And then California joins the US, and number 4, British Columbia joins Canada. Question number 13, a beach by any other name. So November 12th, 1970, the small town of Florence in Oregon finds a 45-foot, 8-ton sperm whale wash up on its shore. Washed up. So 50 years later, because of what a group of engineers chose to do with that whale, about that whale, the community voted to name the beach now a memorial beach for the exploding whale. Yes, it did not go well. Look into it. But it is Exploding Whale Memorial Beach, or Memorial Park even, in Florence, Oregon.
Do you have to say exploding?
Can
you say blow up?
Blow up. I'll give you. Let's see. Because of what the name this the community. For blow up, I'll give you half a point. Exploding Whale is the actual name of the park. So yeah, I was looking for the name of that.
Oh.
But if you say blow up, that's still what they did. It wasn't the semantic of what they did, but I'll give you half a point for blow up or anything that isn't exploding. Yeah. It's as if the whale decided to explode, but it's still a fun beach name. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Question number 14, 3 out of 4. So which of the other Beatles took Ringo's place on drums when he temporarily quit the band during the recording of the White Album? That would be Paul McCartney. Yes, indeed. Paul took the drums when Ringo wasn't there. Paul for a point on question number 14. Question number 15, your countdown takedown question. So Etsy has stated that it moved some 12 million units of masks in April alone, which equals to this number of millions of dollars just for masks. I'll say that number is less than 150 million. So this is almost like an economics question because you knew the number of units sold. So a drum roll, please, on that final number. They sold $133 million in masks. 133. So 133 will get you 5 points. 132 to just a solid round 100 million will get you 2 points. If it's 99 and below, unfortunately, no points. And if it's 134 and above, also, unfortunately, no points.
What's the most points again?
So you have 5 points for 133. And 132 to 100 is 2 points. Your countdown, takedown. Question number 16, outside the borders. We're going outside the borders. Brunei and the Ukraine, they share a color in their flag. We know the Ukraine, or we might know Brunei's, but we know the Ukraine's is yellow and blue, and Brunei's is black and white, red and yellow. Yes, it is yellow. That is the common color between those two flags. Yellow. Speaking of yellow, Coldplay's album Parachutes featuring that song is now 20 years old. Yellow. Which means I've been making a look at the stars and how they shine for you joke for a solid 2 decades. Question number 17. Memoirs. Memoirs. No. It's no dream. Arnold Schwarzenegger really did title his 2012 memoir this, like that of his 1990 sci-fi thriller. That would be Total Recall. Total Recall. Which I just now remember isn't even a play on his memory. It's the fact that he won a recall vote to become governor of California. Yeah. Hearing a straw? Is there some scraping? There might be some scraping on the mic. Hopefully not too much interference. So question number 18. Some icy bubbles. So for a point H, which are the 2 Canadian cities that the NHL wants to play games in for the remainder of the current season? That would be for point H, Edmonton of the Oilers and Toronto of those Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs. So once again, a point for Edmonton and a point for Toronto. Question number 19 now, Road Scholar. So what poet wrote the following lines? 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. That would be from his poem, The Road Not Taken. Robert Frost. Robert, or Bob Frost. Bobby Frost. For that question number 19. Question number 20 now, your Trivia Royale. Naming any of the top 10 finishers from the 3 seasons of Fox's The Masked Singer. So any of the celebrities that ended up in the top 10 in any of those 3 seasons. 30 possible answers that you could have guessed for those 10 points. As long as you picked the correct 10 from those 30 possibilities. All right, here we go. Number 1. Or actually not number 1, but actually, yeah, number 1 in season number 1, or season 1 top 10, starts with T-Pain, our first winner. T-Pain. Donny Osmond was the runner-up. Gladys Knight somehow came in 3rd place. Joey Fatone was also there. Rumor Willis. LaToya Jackson. Ricky Lake. Tori Spelling. Margaret Cho, and Terry Bradshaw. Sure, Terry Bradshaw. That was when things were weird, but not too weird, and before they jumped the shark. I mean, if one can jump the shark with the Masked Singer. But season 2, Wayne Brady won that season. The runner-up was Chris Daughtry. Another possible name you could have named was Adrian Bellon. Seal finished in 4th. Yes, Seal of Kiss from a Rose. How he did not win, I'll never know. Victor Oladipo of the Indiana Pacers was in 5th place. Anna Gasteyer of SNL was in 6th place. Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child was in 7th. Patti LaBelle finished in 8th that season. This is a really weird season. Kelly Osbourne was in 9th. And Raven Simone of That's So Raven and Nothing Else was in 10th place.
That's true. Well, yeah, okay.
And our 3rd season. This was the, I guess we used up all our celebrities in season 2. So season 3, Candy Burris was the winner of that season. Runner-up was Jesse McCartney. Number 3 was Bow Wow. I would also accept Shad Moss of CSI Cyber fame. Barry Zito was 4th place. Jackie Ivanka was 5th. Oh yeah, Barry Zito was also a pitcher in the in Major League Baseball. That's a fun thing. Hunter Hayes, Brett Michaels, Jordan Woods. Yes, Barry Zito. Yeah, Barry Zito. Jordan Woods. 9th place in season 3 was Rob Gronkowski. I will also accept the Gronk. And 10th place was Jojo Siwa. Siwa? A YouTuber. So yes, finishing outside of the top 10 in one of those seasons was Tony Hawk, so he's not acceptable, in fact, unfortunately. Also Ninja, video game playing fame. Fortnite, he was there, but outside of the top 10. Also other names that were probably more famous in some way, shape, or form, but unfortunately they weren't top 10 finishers of their season. Somebody went. Oh yeah, Matt Smith went with Lance Bass over Joey Fatone. Should have went with Fatone. Is there a character named? Oh yes, a question about number 4, Cars movie characters. I don't know if there's a Thunder character. Is there a Thunder character? I know there's a Lightning. I was looking for specifically connections to Thunder and Hudson.
Looking it up.
I'll let you know in a second, but as I do, add up all those points. Add up all those points. Let me know what you got in the live chat. So every correct answer was a point. Add up those points. Let us know your point total. Looking forward to hearing from you. Include your team name so I know who it's connected to as well. I'll read out the point totals and the team names, of course, once we have a good collection that have joined up. We can't seem to find the Thunder within the Cars, unfortunately, so no Cars characters for question number 4. A good guess.
Thunder.
Not, I think it's, we're hearing it might be a location, but not necessarily a character. You're looking for Bay, that Thunder and Hudson Bays. All right, as we're adding up those points too, here's a tiebreaker if you need it, or just additional fun trivia to play. It's an anagram question, and that anagram of Trivia Club is I built a VCR. So this question is called I built a VCR. It works well with our golden VHS tape as well. Don't type down the answer of the anagram in the live chat. We'll be telling you the answer next week. But I will give you the anagram here as well. Alrighty, so for today's I built a VCR anagram, we're going to ask you to find the comic strip name in the following anagram. Comic strip that can be found in the anagram Blind Bacon Shave. Once again, Blind Bacon Shave. Think on that. Play around with it. It's not time sensitive, so have fun with it. And thank you once again for joining us. Thank you to the Fighting Mongooses, who scored 27 points tonight. Also scoring 27 was Down by the Bay. 15 points for Spokane Seniors. Well done. 20 points for Cookie Face. Good to have you back as well. 30 points for Too Fast, Too Curious. So far, our leaders for tonight's game of Trivia Club live from the Trivia Clubhouse. 20.5 for the M. Night Shyamalan's. We only got 1 point from the Masked Singer question. Yes, I realized that might be an evil one, but I wanted to do a masked themed question, so that was the best I could do. 30.5 for John Hamm Skip the Dishes Commercials Fan Club. Well played indeed. Great name. A great name. So half point in the lead now. 33 for F. Billy Zane. 41 for Agatha Quistes. Well done. Our leaders for tonight's Trivia Club, live from the Trivia Clubhouse, it looks like. 10 points for Jan. Well done. Or unless her team name is Am I the Only One Who Never Watched The Masked Singer? No, not necessarily, so feel good about that. 35 points for Team Mark Pickett's Glasses. Pickett? There you go. Still, I want to make sure I get it right. 17.5 for your producer. Well done to your producer. And mine. Thank you. $22 for the Asquithians. Or the category for the anagram, once again, is comic strip. A comic strip that can be found in the anagram Blind Bacon Shave. $39 for the cunning stunts. Well done. Oh yes, it's probably swinging around. I like to move around a lot. And it is a dangling microphone. So it will probably scratch a little bit. Hopefully not too much. But that was that sound, if you heard it. That was certainly that sound. So well done all once again. Thank you all for joining in. Great seeing you all joining in once again as well. We'll be back not next Tuesday, but next Wednesday. Yes, we'll be back on July 22nd. So once I post that upcoming video on the YouTube channel, you can hit a reminder, or you can hit a bell icon, you can hit the subscribe button, however you want to do it, if you want to make sure you're reminded of the upcoming next event, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, once again on Wednesday, July 22nd, just to keep you on your toes. And then we'll be likely back on Tuesdays after that. Thank you so much, everyone. Tonight's champions are, well, whoever joined in, stayed home, kept safe, wore a mask if you went outside. Well done all. Thank you all. Great job. Enjoy your golden VHS. And without much more to say, let's say the same thing we say at the end of every Trivia Club. So join in with me if you'd like. You can also read it kind of back here. Now, give it. Remember, it's not what you know, it's what you learn along the way. Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.